Hello, welcome. In this tutorial, I want to teach you about how to connect your Web3 modal to your DApp. You understand? It will really help simplify some things for you. Okay, it's quite very useful, and I'm going to show you how to put up that Web3 modal in your application, and then you can use it to sign transaction, authenticate your user, and all of that for your dApps. All right, in this tutorial I'm going to just use it for an Ethereum along with MetaMask, of course. So if you're set for that, let's get started. Please make sure you smash that like, subscribe. So let's get into the tutorial. All right, coming to this tutorial, this is part of a course that I'm developing for folks that are going to be taking some premium content. You understand? So this is a blockchain voting use case, and you can see my DApp, my wallet has already been connected, and it was done through the use of MetaMask and all that. Okay, the idea, what I want to do in this tutorial is basically to replace this button with Web3Modal's button. Okay, so that instead of me connecting my wallet using MetaMask, I will be connecting it using Web3Modal. Okay, so that is the idea behind this, and it's kind of beautiful, makes a lot of sense, and it relieves you from a whole lot of front-end responsibilities. You understand? For example, let me disconnect from the existing account. Which one am I connected to? Okay, so let's just disconnect from this. You see how all of these things, they pop out, and this is and once you refresh and it's not connected, you see what appears here. So let's go on and replace this button with the Web3Modal's button. All right, so let's get started. To proceed with that, you first need to install Web3Modal and for React. Okay, so if you're using npm or yarn, use anyone that is unique to your project. I'm using yarn, so I'm going to come to my project. This is the blockchain app that I'll be building, and yes, I'm just going to paste that and run that. I've already installed it, so I don't need to go through the process again. So for you, you can just easily do that. And once it is installed on your computer, the first thing you need to do is to start doing some cool stuff here. Okay, what are you going to do? I'm just going to guide you step by step on how to implement this. The first thing you need to do is to make the import of this. Okay, so we're going to import this right now. Copy this. You come here underneath in your main app. Okay, you're importing Ethereum client, modal connector, web wallet connector provider, connect provider, Web3Modal, you're getting this config, this Wigma and all of this, but these are some chains that you can actually include, but for this tutorial I'm going to just use localhost. All right, so after you make the import of all of these things, all right, we'll go to the next process, which is to configure the Web3 client. All right, so we'll copy this line of code here and we'll put it way above here, and the only chain that we're going to need here is still localhost. We don't need Polygon and all that, except this app is going to be living on the web. For now, we're just going to be using it on our local server, blockchain server. Okay, so now what you need to do is to go to your Wigma client and actually sign up, and they will give you a project ID which you can copy and replace here. All right, so I'm gonna come here. Let's go to this. Hold on here, so you can get. Look, that's one of the first requirements. What is it? Okay, now obtain project ID, head to wallet connect ID. So I'm going to open that in another tab, and I will come to this particular place and sign in. I've already signed in before, so you haven't, you can sign up. Okay, so I'm going to sign in and create a dummy project. Okay. Alright, so just gonna select this letters, right? So let's just select the ones that are that. And don't have time for this. Okay, so it's signing. There is one of my projects. I'm gonna create another project, call it dummy. All right, so create that, and you see my ID here. So I could just copy it and use it in place of here. All right, so this is your project, your ID. I'm just gonna use this for dummy reasons. Okay, so now the next thing that you need to do is, after you've provided this, the next thing you want to do is to proceed with the other configurations that they've listed here. Okay, and that is to add the Wigma component to surround it with your project. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to copy these two components. Okay, and right here above, I'm going to paste it here, and this one I'm gonna just take it to the down part. Okay, so yeah, we make sure that the project ID is also being used here. All right, so this is a Web3Modal component. We need to import that, and we also need to import this. But before we import this component here, we need to wrap it around our entire application, which our application gets all the way here. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure, so this wagmi config surrounds the entire application. Okay, and this wagmi client is what we actually configured here recently. And once that is done, you need to actually import this component. So I'm going to use this shortcut. I'm importing this component. Boom. Do I have it? Okay, wagma. Okay, I've imported that config. You can see that here, wagma config. I've imported that, and also imported this Web3Modal. Okay, here. So you see, so those components have been imported. That is not it. We still need more configuration. Okay, just follow me step by step, and you will really get to utilize this. All right, so this is all they provide you here, but you still need extra configuration. So I'm gonna come here and just show you how I configured it on the rest of it on one of the project that I was doing. Okay, so next I would like to set the theme, because what happened is that the button, you can actually configure the button and the Web3Modal however you want it to look. What do I mean by that? If you come to this place, hold on, okay, and then you say try it out, you can actually choose magenta, blue, or that. So all of these configurations can be achieved with what I'm about to set up for you right now. So we're going to use a use state variable, and just what we want is set theme. That is all we need. Okay, we are getting it from this hook right here, and that hook, we need to import it. Okay, and we're importing it from Web3Modal / this thing React Wagma, you understand, and here it is. Okay, we're importing it from this place. So we are getting this set theme so that we can use it to set our theme. And the way I want to set this theme, I just want let's take this here. So inserting this theme, you come here, select, we're not using magenta, I want to use a blue button. I want it to remain light, it should be a theme color. Okay, so all this is gonna make sense to you soon. And okay, and the next thing we want to make, this particular function checks the wallet, a connected wallet, and keeps the wallet connected, provided that that application is running and provided that you haven't disconnected. So this particular thing here, we don't want to use this one anymore. We want to use the one that comes from the Web3Modal itself. So that is where we use this particular processes. So first of all, I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to come here and say, in this place, I want to get the account, get Ethereum client account, and Ethereum client account is actually coming from here. Okay, so this is Ethereum client, and we're getting an account. And when we get the account, we want to make sure that if there is an address in the account, because if there is an address, it means that it has been connected. Okay, so basically, if there is an address, that means this account has been connected, and so we want to set it in our global state, in our store, which is what we use here. So I'm setting it here so that it will be available throughout my application. Okay, so I'm going to set it up there. Just follow me and you can apply it to your own project. But if you have been following me a lot in my recent tutorials on the channel on how to build a decentralized application, this shouldn't be weird to you, but this is how it goes. So proceeding with the tutorial, we want to actually use this hook here, this listener. Okay, this listener serves the same function as this particular listener here that we have here. Okay, this is really native to MetaMask. Okay, so this is MetaMask's way of checking that an account, checking if there is a change in the chain ID, that is for you to switch from one chain to another, or there is a change in your account. So these are like watches for that. So we're not going to be using, since we're not going to be using this method, there is a Web3Modal that has its own method, which is what I'm using here. So I want to say that this Ethereum client, I want to watch this watch account, and the account that I'm watching, okay, I want to watch the connected account, the currently connected account, which is account.address. If there is a change, you understand, if there is an account.address, if there really is an account connected, then you should set it here. So this will make sure that even though I refresh my browser, my account will continually stay connected. That is the idea. And not only that, it will ensure that my account is captured in this place. So I will always have that. So because I need to always have the account listed here so that I can use it to sign transaction, to create whatever I want to create. Okay, so by the way, proceeding, I would like to do something else. So yeah, we're not done, so let's proceed with more setup. I think for here we kind of are done with all the settings. All right, and one more settings that we need to do is in the header component. Okay, the header is currently using my default wallet system, where I kind of toggle in between a truncated version of the wallet, and this other button that says connect wallet if the wallet is not already connected. So it will say connect wallet, but if it's connected, it's just going to show the currently connected wallet, and that is possible because of this, where we are storing this. So that is basically where this particular wallet address that normally is listed here, okay, it's coming from. Now I'm not currently connected, so let me connect right now. and let me just show you how it works. I've not saved any of those settings that I've done so far, so I'm just going to connect only one account just to show you. Let me connect the second account, this one, okay, and say next account number 2 is connected. And when we refresh that, you see it loads up the entire application for you. Okay, so this thing here, regardless of when I refresh, it's always there. That the ability for this to be sustained after a refresh is because of this activity that happens here, this watching, you know, that happens here. It ensures that this account is always what set. You understand? This is what is happening. So this is the first function that runs, which you can see here, right? This awaits this thing. It runs every single time we refresh this, and making sure that all of the accounts are always set up. So since we're not going to be making use of this, I'm trying to, like, you know, make sure that you understand what it takes to get this thing together. So now the next thing we want to do is to set up a button, a connect wallet button, which I've already done. You know, basically just grab the wallet, the Web3 button from this Web3Modal/React. You want your use effects, you know, because you want to always make sure that the button is refreshed. There is a reason why I did that, and of course you're going to grab the connected account from the store. And so each time that this connected account changes, we want to re-render this component. That is why we are using use effect to monitor for any change in account. We want to re-render this button so that the button will bear the newly connected account. All right, so this is what the button just does. All right, it just renders and re-renders this Web3 button for us, making things smoother for us. All right, so at this phase, okay, I want to come to this header. So instead of using this regular one here, I want to use this particular button. But before I save anything, you see, these are the two files. These are the only two files I've worked on. Before I save any of them so that you can see them on the view, I want to first create a poll so that I will use the existing system, how the existing system works, to create that poll. Then I'm going to save it and you can see the differences about it. So I want to create a poll for US presidential election, which is coming. So say US presidential election 2024. Let's say it starts tomorrow and ends on the 27th. And I'm going to copy the image URL. So let's say this is the image. I'm going to copy this address and paste it here. And okay, it's loaded, and want to actually grab lorem generator. Okay, so just gonna copy this right here, copy that lorem stuff. Don't want to type it all by myself. And then you click on create poll. So it's gonna ask you to approve the transaction, and once you do, you can see this presidential election is here. Okay, so it is there. So at this point, I could have people contest for this particular election. So for example, I could use this guy here and say context, and I say confirm. See, dude has contested. Adam's goal is already signed in. Okay, so I could actually have another person contesting for the same stuff. Okay, this is the owner. The owner can actually contest as well. So let's have the owner contesting for presidential spots. Okay, that is Joy. But what I want to do is actually change this button here, like we finished working on it. So I'm going to come here and say, save this, right, and save this as well. All the works that we've coded, you see the button is quite different now. Okay, this is the Web3 connect button. Okay, and let's connect. Okay, let's disconnect from all this account by a fresh connection. Okay, so you see, this is one of the drawbacks of using the recent configuration. For example, what do I mean by that? If you come to this place, I don't need this shouldn't be here, right? And here as well, I want to move this to here, because we only want to get polls and get users if there is actually a connected account. So I want this to be an asynchronous function. So I'm ending this particular connected wallet. So I'm going to save that and refresh. So you see that there is nothing here. So click connect, select this installed MetaMask. See, it launches my MetaMask wallet, and I could select the accounts that I want and click next, connect, and it's saying yes, switch. Okay, so at this point, sorry, we do some of a little inspection. Set global state is not defined on app.js, line 45. Did we not import this? So I just import that from the store. Okay, so yeah, so that is just what is happening. So basically, this button is now alive and ready. So we can you see how when you're connected, it allows you to connect, and you can actually disconnect. You understand? And you can connect back. You can actually configure it to use any kind of wallet that you want, even if it's a Coinbase wallet. Okay, you can enable that to happen, but for this tutorial we're only going to be concerned with what MetaMask connection. So basically, this is how the system works. That is how you connect this thing together, and you can use it in your works and many of your activity. Anyway, works are in development. I'm actually building up all of these systems to enable you to go deeper in building blockchain concept, blockchain use cases. Okay, so if you're ready for that kind of thing, watch out. The courses coming up, courses, basically like courses, a lot of them, and my membership channel as well is also coming for all of my content. People can actually get access to all of my premium content for a little stipend, you understand, on a monthly basis, just very small in comparison to what is actually being charged there for doing for this sort of content, premium content. So anyway, that is all I got for this tutorial. I hope you got some understanding on how to utilize this, and if you do, smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. All right, peace.